good evening everyone. Let me tick the boxes on everywhere. Let's get things tickety-boo. Let's get things on. Let's get things doing strange stuff. Hello, good evening, if anybody's there. I am just on my tablet so I can't see anybody. Oh dear me. Let's whack a higher in, just so you know I'm live. There we go. Sorted. Perfect. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, this is fabulous. This is nice and quiet. Me, myself and I love it. I shall give it a couple of seconds. Oh, hello, Rachel, Michael. Good evening. Love it. How the devil are you? Hope you're well, sweethearts. Lucy, hi. Michael, hi. Sam, hi. Lacey, I like it. Hello, good evening. Who else we got? Rose, hi, you're here? Fabulous. This is going to be an interesting one tonight. I'm going to give it, a minute, something like that. Or let me just turn this round. I've got both cameras on tonight. Ruth, hi. Hope you're well, sweetheart. Hello. Who else was there? Sorry, I just said hello to somebody. Martine, Janique, hi. Annalise, hi. Patricia, hi. Lulu, hi. Kathleen, oh, Mom, hi. Debs, hi. Oh, little munchkin. Dilly-doo-dah. Hope he's okay. Giving him big hugs and all the rest of it. Right then. Okay, so I'm going to do this as a bit of an instructional sort of thing. Hi, Nettie. So we've got a bit of MDF. I have been playing. I've been messing with foils. I've been having a go. And I'm quite pleased with the results. So I don't want to bombard you and like, oh, this and that and all that. You're going to have options. That was my teeth then. They must have slid out. So a option is an option. I love it. Oh, dear me. Hi, Kimberly. Hi, Rianne. Hope you're well. So, options. So you're going to have a choice of grey board or MDF. Now, there isn't going to be a huge, hi Terry, there's not going to be a huge difference in price. I'll promise you that. But there is going to be a difference, obviously, because there's a weight difference and everything else. So, I haven't put any price and I've not put anything on. I want your thoughts. This is what tonight's all about. But I've had people saying, how do you make a journal? So, I've got this one. I'm not going to make it, but I'm going to show you roughly how to make it. So, this is going to be a bit of an instructional on how to do a journal, how to make some boxes. I'm going to do an ATC box that I've designed with hinges and just show you what I've been doing really. So I've got the MDF for elements. There's an option of a 3, 6 or a 12. Wow, go me. I absolutely flabbergasted myself making these files, I tell you. Hiya, Mama. So we've got VersaFine. I mean, look at this. This is a beast. This isn't. This is a beast. So this is 12. VersaFine Claire inks. All nicely in. Look at that. They all slide beautifully. I've got some Rotan. Hi, Trudy B. Hi, Terry. Everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Who else have we got on here? Henny, Carol. Hello. Grace. Hi. Tara. Hi. I'm sure there's people I'm missing, so I do apologise if I'm missing you. Anyway, so you've got a choice of a 3, a 6 or a 12. There's a 12. Now, the 12's a beast. I must say the 12 is a beast. But if that's what you like. Now, what I have done, because, you know, I've got my uppity bit, it doesn't fit standing up. It's that big. So I've actually been putting them flat like that. If they leak, they leak. If they dough, they dough. So far, so good. But at the minute, they're happily standing there. Okay. Now, your elements, again, you have an option of a 3, a 6 or a 12. Don't they just look gorgeous, eh? Look at that. Eh? Look at that. I'm really chuffed with these, I must admit. So, evening, Marie. So, hi, Susan. So please give me your thoughts. This is the little free one. These are so cute. Now, not everybody has full sets of stuff. for those of us that I mean, I'm one. If I want something, I want the whole lot, right? So that's me. That's my character. That's my impulse. That's my traits. That's me, right? Now, for some of us that buy one or two here and there, this is why I've done an option as a 3, because if you've got this great big stand, I've seen 12s, 36s, 24s, you know, 20, 30, 40 quid and all the rest of it. And then there's some of us just trying it out with a couple. I think the 3 will go really nice. Plus, once you get more of them, they all just stack up nice. Well, obviously that's a different one, but they all just stack up nice. And you'll end up with a great big one anyway. But, you know, that's down to you then. But at least you've got an option. So this one here is for the Stazon, the Versamark, the Archival. And there's others that fit in these two. As you know, if you've got a craft and you've got everything by the kitchen sink, you know that certain things fit in. It's like the oxides, you know, Lisa Horton ink fits into the oxides. I have redone my oxides in. So basically you're going to have elements, you're going to have Versify, and you're going to have oxides. And you're going to have a little, I call it a mix-up because you can put anything in this one. When I say anything, that means Versamark, Stazon, your Archival. Let me just see if them will fit in. Don't know whether they will. Yeah, they'll fit in too. That one there is specifically designed for that. As you can tell how tight, I don't say tight, but it's flush. You know, there is no movement. Like these have got movement. So these will fit everything. They won't fit in. Oh, they will. Oh, God, that's too tight. I ain't that. What they would do with the push, you know, if you was like really desperate and thought sod it. But yeah. I'm only going to do them in 3s because unless there's a demand for it, then again, I will then do a 6 or a 12, depending on what you want, okay? So if somebody orders a 6, then obviously I'll make a 6. You know, if somebody orders a 12, I'll make a 12 sort of thing. So these are made to order. I'm not sitting on stock. I've not got volumes and volumes. I'm making all these things to order. So anyway, there's that. And I thought this was quite good because some of these, I mean, like I said, I've done this to that particular size, and it's like, unless I'm really, oh no, that fits actually. But it goes right the way back. Oh, I tell you what, yeah, you'll have to ask me. That's an interesting one. I like the wiggle on that. Anyway, we'll let it wiggle there. But it's not as deep, you see. Let me just say, yeah, there's about 5mm difference on that. Because I like the fact that you've got that little extra space. But these, it's just perfect on. But like I said, this is shorter. Anyway, I'll have to put measurements on because it's one of them. When I put it on, I put on specifically designed for. This is specifically designed for Elements inks. I do not want these roaming around when I've got them in. Because they're a sponge and because they're not tight-lipped, they are tendent to leak. So that's why I've done those tight. And the same with my Versa. I've done them tight enough to, you know, so they're particularly designed for that. So that's how I've done my MDF foils. I have created them specifically for. So I don't want to confuse. Some are like multi-use. I've done it particularly for. So let me just quickly, and I say quickly, I'll come back onto these in a second because I think these are brilliant. Now, forgive me if I'm wrong, I do believe an artist trading card, which is ATC, is 2.5 inches by 3.5 inches. If it's wrong, you're going to have to tell me because that's what I Googled and that's what I was told. So, that's what size. I've done this little box out of MDF and we're doing them in the workshop. So, don't tell anybody if you're going on the workshop you've not seen it. Right, so very quickly, let me just, because somebody said, how do you do the journals? Now, when you've brought a journal, there's a small journal and a large journal. So the small journal, so you get like, you think of this and you think, what on earth are these speeding things and what's that? You know, and I get it, you know, but I do say common sense prevails, but sometimes not always the case. Now, I've done 2 different size spines in this. So in this one, the smaller one, you've got 2 spines. So you can do a thicker one or a thinner one, yeah? So you've got your little end. I'm going to put the small one in just because I can. But you can also, I mean, you can put that one there if you want, or that one there. Either way, obviously that's your thickness when it's closed up, yeah? So let me just quickly demonstrate to you how you put this together. Now, just in case you're thinking, well, what are these bits? I've done these as like little pockets, so you will put that down and then you can put that on top, and then it's like a stable pocket to put in tags, etc. And if you don't want to use them and you want to do an outward fold and waterfall and all the rest of it, that's fine. You can put that on the front, as in when it's what to do. You can put it as a little plaque, anything. So they're like a little pocket option for you anyway. So that's what they are. So how do you put it together? I hear you ask. Well, if you've got black masking tape, which this is what this is, and if you've got, oh, let me just see if I've got my gubbins. Here we go. Hold on then. So you can do this a couple of different ways. I usually put another board underneath so it brings it up, but I'm just for the sake of quickness, 5mm I put there, and then I tape. Oh, crumbs. Yeah, I'm just gonna, because that's shod. But then you'll have a piece of tape it down, well, obviously it's going to be the opposite way around. Pop it down, turn it over, tape, and you tape here, 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 and here. Now, if you want to leave the raw edges, fine. If not, you will then tape all the way around the edges. Tapey, 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 and here. And you will then crease it down, rub it round, etc., etc. Get your burnisher around your little edges, burnish here, and then that will then enable you to fold. Now, let me just see. Trust me to do something like this without having anything to show you. That's usually about right with me. Oh yeah, there you go. So, bit of Velcro. Now this is, when I said about having the pockets, that those are little pockets. Now in there, that holds comfortably. These are Tim Holtz, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tim Holtz little tags. They go in there lovely. All right. So as you can see now, I've masked with the tape. And then I've just put a Velcro dot. So when you fold it, as you can see, there's loads of room. So that's this size. Okay. Yeah. So if you do it thicker, can you just imagine the fold outs you can do in the waterfalls, etc. And just, you have a little Velcro dot on there. But I mean, you can fold out, you can go in and in and in. You know, I mean, it's never ending what I've seen with these journals. But that's your bare bones, basically. And that's what this is when you've got two different sizes. So I'm hoping that has cleared up how to make a journal. Okay. So I'm going to put all that back in there. Let me just put that on me. Some poor devil. I'm going to stick it all nicely so it doesn't look like I've opened it and messed around with it and all that sort of stuff. Here, I'm going to put it that way. Diddly do dart. There we go. So that's, I know it's very quick and you've not physically got a demonstration, but there's some lovely people that do some amazing journals out there that know, goodness me, I've used graphic 45 paper on this. I mean, you've got some beautiful Stampera stuff, Stamperia. God, my teeth, I'm on the way out today, aren't they? Crikey. But yeah, so that's your easy one on that, yeah? Now, with regards, let me just get that out of the way, move this out of the way. I've got all this storage now. I can put things back. I know where things are and everything. Goodness me, go me. Right, so I just want to quickly show you now how, I'm just not missing anything. Hi, Sam, Ruth, Bobby, Joke, hi, Missy, T, hi, Donna, hi, and everybody else. Right, so with regards to the threes, now these are the little threes. So elements, oxides, versa. So I'm just going to quickly show you now. I'm not going to glue it because, shall I glue it? Shall I glue it? No, I'm not going to glue it. No, shall I glue it? No, I don't think I will. Oh, gosh, shall I? I'm umming and ahhing. I'm ahhing and umming. Now, there you go. Now, unlike the grey board, I'm not filthy. Well, I am actually. But not as bad as what I would be, if you understand that. If you brought it, you know what I'm saying. It's all part of the fun, though, I see it as. Okay, so, have I got some? Yeah, go on then. I'm going to show you how to do a 3. So, let me get some glue. I'm using Pink Frog applicator, Pink Frog glue. And I'm going to be totally honest with you. This stuff is absolutely brilliant. It grips really, really quick. Now, it grips really quick on the grey board, and it grips really, really quick and amazing on MDF. Now, I'm going to keep all the, I don't know what, the chard, or I don't know, it's not chard. I don't know what it is really. But I'm going to keep that on the inside anyway. There you go. So, what I would say is, if you're unsure, lay it out first. Now, I've been doing these all day, so it's like I'm a bit of a dab hand at it now. But as you can see, there's a straight edge. You look and you think to yourself, well, which bit's going where? Please lay it out. Because the last thing I want you to do is message me and go, oh, I've stuck it back to front and it's glued and it's broke and, you know, come on. So please, but if you're really stuck, message me. I'm not an ogre. I'm not going to go, please, you know, watch the video. I do, as a lot of you know, I go above and beyond for you guys because you support me. I'll support you. So you can see I've just stuck this and it's like, yeah, it's there. It's grabbed. I mean, you can see. I mean, I love these bottles from Pink Frog. They're absolutely fabulous. So just stick it, push it, wiggle it, do a doodah. So let me just put that around here. Little blob here, little blob there. Here a blob, there a blob, everywhere a blob, blob. Okay, so there we go. So there you go. Now, all I do now is I get an old brush. Hello from Maggie Moo. Hello, little Maggie Moo. Big hugs and kisses. Lots and lots and lots of hugs and kisses. So all I'm doing now is just the excess glue is I have got brush with water and I'm just moving it around. Simple as that. Now, if you've got one of these lovely little diddly edges, all I'm going to do now is do a little squirt, and I mean it is a little blob. And this is where you save so much glue. Can you just imagine if I hadn't got this little applicator thing here, I'd have a big blob running down. Hi, guys. Oh, the gorgeous sissy posies in the house. Now, look how easy was that. So I'm going to keep it where the nice, because you got a baddie bit and a nicey bit. And look at that. How gorgeous is that? Now, that is now complete. Now, a little bit of excess on the sides. I'm going to wipe it off with my finger. Nothing major. Now, you can give it a couple of minutes to dry, but that's your threes on your elements. Did I do elements? Yes, I think I did. No, I didn't. Yes, I did. No, I didn't. What did I do there? Oh, that's an oxide one. You lot don't tell me, do you? Anyway, so that's an oxide then. Let me get my oxide. Oh my gosh. Honestly. Beautiful. Thank you, sweetie. Yeah, what do you think to this then, sissy pose? Positive vibes. It's a candle. You know, when you're not there and you want to light a candle for somebody. It even comes with safety matches. Go me. Ta-da! But I'll show you. I'll show you that later. Right, so there's a 3. I should have looked at the thing, really, shouldn't I? One element's done. Voila. Erected and raring to go. So I'm going to put that up there. I need to buy more elements now. Oxides even. I tell you what, that doesn't, yeah, no, it don't fit there. Right, there you go. Somebody's got one. If somebody buys one now at the workshop, it's erected, raring to go. Oh, you saw it earlier. Oh, fabulous. So I'm going to put that there. So if anybody's at the workshop and they want a 3, it's there, ready to go. How easy is that? Right, I'll do the elements now. Oh, I don't know. If I had a brain, I'd be dangerous. Honestly. But, so you got the 6. So you got a 3, a 6, and a 12. Decisions. It's just down to a price now. Because there's not a lot of places that offer 3s. Because us little crafters out there that haven't got full sets. And I know I have. But there's a lot of you out there that don't. So I'm trying to think and cater for all those people that are just starting out, that want all their stuff to look really nice. And to start, you know, as you mean to go on, as the saying goes. So all this storage is available in MDF or grey board. So, excuse me. So it's going to cater for everybody's costs. Now I'm hoping I can, like I say, if it comes to... there you go. It might help if I look in the right direction, isn't it? Holes and pegs fit together, not around. I am a sausage sometimes. Now, when we got light one of those candles for me, I need it. Okay, here we go then. Just so you can see it's real. So it comes with safety. Let's see how much of a safety they are then. So this has got positive vibes on. Oh, woohoo! There we go. One candle. Let's put a blessing out. And for anybody that needs it, there you go. For anybody that needs it, there's a candle lit for you today. Right, so let's put that back in there. Let's see if it's gonna. There we go. Woo! Let's make sure we don't set myself alight. There we go. Okay, so candle is lit. Positive vibes are being sent out. Clear away any crap or return what's been sent. Blessings to all. Okay. Mwah. Let's just plop that there. So you can see how easy this is. So obviously they're the inserts. So these ones I've designed thinking of arthritis, thinking of all those with knobbly joints and God knows what else, yeah? I've put me in mind because I'm not getting any younger and I just want it easy when I can know what I'm putting together. Crikey. When, you know, when you're looking at something, why won't something fit together and it's the wrong side? Now you can see all the overglue. Don't worry about that because we're going to get a brush and we're going to move it around. So once you've put one of these together, well, I would say it's common sense. Not everybody's got common sense, but you've got this to refer back to. I shall leave it like that in that respect, right? So all I'm going to do, I'll do this so you guys can see as well on Facebook. All I'm doing is just water, and I'm just where you've got those blobs in before it dries. There you go. I'm just spreading it around just so it looks pretty. Now, somebody said to me, they don't decorate. You can't paint MDF. Now, I'm going to prove you wrong because I'm good like that. So this is Lavinia acrylic chalk paint, one coat. This is Cosmic Shimmer textured paste. I tell you, my teeth ain't playing the game today. One smidgen over. Yeah. That's raw. This is Daily Rowney white acrylic one coat, which is quite poor really. But it's white one coat. 2 coats would be fine. And this is Johnson's chalk paint one coat. And again, if you're stamping or buffing over that, perfect. So don't turn around and tell me. I know now, because I've shown you, because I've done this myself, I can paint over this MDF. Now, if you've done other products and brought elsewhere and you can't, that's down to the coating on their particular MDF. I know what I've brought will do exactly what I'm saying because I've done it. So that's that bit out the way. So not that I'm sort of saying X, Y, and Z, but I'm saying it does. You can paint it, and it's your choice at the end of the day. Oh, let me just put that in there because that's not in the little groove. Let me just move that. So I'm going to put this in here. And I'm going to push that down there. So look how easy this is to, apart from me chittering. So everything's in, everything's flush. I'm wiping the excess glue off the sides with my fingers, as you can see. And there you go. So that, I'm thinking, if I've got my brain cell on, that should be my last 3 elements, which is here. I've never had a problem. Yeah, exactly. I think it's just being comfortable with what you're doing, and I think sometimes other products scare people. So I'm just showing you that there's no problem painting or covering. I've covered with textured paint. I've covered with papers, Stamperia papers, Graphic 45, Lavinia. No problem at all with putting glue on, putting papers on, and painting. So there we go on that one. So there's your Lavinia. Now, make sure there's no glue. Yeah, everything's all tickety-boo. No problems, no issues. So, there we go. Woohoo. My match is cooler now. So, we've got a candle. I'm going to move candle up here. So, there we go. Pair of 3. Off we go. So, I'm going to put that up there nicely. It's burning away lovely. Fabulous. So the VersaFine 3 is exactly the same. I'm going to show you a 6 now. Now, I'm not going to glue this because I have all the storage I need, and it's pointless because somebody on the workshop, if they're wanting an element, an oxide, then there's one already done for you, and that's a 3. Unless miraculously I decide to buy any more, which could happen. So I'm just going to put that up there at the white so I know that's there. Right, so like I say, I'm not going to glue this, but I'm just going to show you for a demo purpose. Yeah, so you've got a nice side and a bad side. That's the only way I'm going to say it. Bad side, nice side. You want your nice side showing, so you want to put your bad one in. Now, the back of it, if it's going flush up a wall, it makes no difference. So if you want to have the nicey bit looking at you, then there you go. Now, I've designed this. So I've designed all my little funky joints. They're my design. So I've not downloaded a file and thought, oh, I'm going to take that. I've actually done it myself. So I have designed these from scratch. That's why I can be so precise with the measurements on there. Now, you will then put on your side bits. Yeah, obviously with glue it sticks. So as I'm saying, I'm just showing you because I'm not gluing it, because I'm hoping somebody'd like to buy this. And then you put in your slats. So this is as easy as it goes now. Let me just wiggle it, because it's not glued in. I can't move my finger. There you go. Come on, little sausage. There we go. So I'm hoping you can see on Facebook. If not, get yourself over onto YouTube. And that's it. Slot, 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 slot. Now, obviously, there's a lot more with the 12. The 12 goes on forever. But there you go. There's your gist of it, yeah? And when it's glued, it all stays in place. Perfecto. So it really is as easy as that. Now, obviously, you've got the option of the grey board and you've got the option of MDF. It's your choice. But there will be a difference in price, only by a couple of quid, nothing major. So I won't be lowering the grey board prices. It's your choice at the end of the day, whether you want the option of MDF or grey board. Okay, so I'm going to move them out of the way. And then this is the beast of the 12. And this, I think this is oxide. Yeah, I think this one's an oxide as well in a 12. So again, you just do exactly the same. Pop it down, structure it, slot, 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 and away you go. Bob's your uncle, and yeah, you know the rest of it. So I'm going to move them out of the way. Let's put them up there. Candle's still burning strong. I love it. Right, so the next thing I'm going to do is, in my little box, which I've painted just to prove a point, I've started doing some hinges and locks. Now, I'm going to be doing some little sets of these, because a lot of you guys like to make stuff from cardboard and you like to have the hinges, yeah? So I'm going to be doing some sets, and there's going to be a fair few sets in a pack, and also some locks. Now, these are going to be out of MDF. Now, I've done, and the reason why I've done this is because the other day when I'd done that little card holder, I wasn't happy with how it actually ended up. It ended up where the bits of the lock came off. Dog all fabulous. Is he okay? That's the main thing. Give him a big hug from me. I've got Meggie Moose and then little man himself, bless him. Right, so I'm going to do these in sets. So you'll have 2 hinges and a lock. Now, there's lots of different designs of locks, so I'm going to do a couple of different ones. And the hinges, you've got plain ones like this, or you're going to have the fancy ones, like, you know, that look like the gate, the fancy gate hinges. I'm going to do some of them. So they're going to be in a pack. Yeah, it's getting stronger. Boom, that's what I like to hear. We've lit a candle. I'm just going to show you the candle. So I've lit the candle originally for Amanda. Positive vibes. But I'm now going to put little man to this candle as well. Okay. So I'm going to put it over here so we all know the candle's burning. In fact, I'll put it there so we can all see the candle burning. There we go. I don't know whether you guys on in the group can't see, but it is there. YouTube can see. So I'm going to be offering these in packs. They all work, and I might even glue them all together, because I don't want somebody going, oh, bless you. It's all right. So I don't want somebody saying, oh, I've lost this bit. And yeah, I know exactly how it goes with you lot. I do it myself. I always lose little bits. So I'm quite happy that I can actually put them together and then send them to you as a finished, you know, a finished thing. Yeah. So there we go. So those will be coming on to the shop, and they'll be in MDF. So if you are making things out of grey board or cardboard, these will go perfectly well. That's my spare box. I have spare boxes for all sorts. I've got spare this and spare that. I haven't found my spare brain cell yet, but we're okay. So the hinges are coming. So talking of hinges, ATC, Artist Trading Cards, ATC. There you go. Size apparently is 3.5 inches by 2.5 inches, standard size, and that's exactly what that is. It's Stamperia paper, as you can see, little foxy on the back. But this is the bit I like. So there's your piece of paper, and let me just show you, just to make sure I'm not bluffing you. So let me see. It's Tim Holt's cutter that's cut it. So yeah, 3.5, bang on. Yeah, by 2.5, bang on. Okay, so there's your trading card. Now we're going to be doing this at the workshop at Leicester at Crafty Corner. So I do believe there's a couple of places left if you'd like to attend. We have these are in MDF. So this is part of the workshop. So there's no cost to this. This is part of your workshop. And this is what you're going to get. So if you buy one of these, now I'm probably going to say the price of this is probably going to be about a £5. MDF, you get two lovely two little doobie doobies hinges and a little lock on the front. So because obviously your trading cards are, you know, it's like you gotta look after your trading cards. Now I'm going to put the nasty bit on the inside and the nicey bit on the outside, because I don't know whether or not I'm going to paint this or treat it. And I think, to be fair, I probably am. So I'm happy to put that on the outside then and keep the nicety on the inside. Because if you're putting your card in, yeah, or cards, especially if you're trading, yeah. So we're going to have the nice bits inside. Oh, good, good, good. It was indeed for you, my sweetie. It was indeed. So we're going to put the nasty bit, as I say, on the outside because we're going to paint it, yeah. So let me show you how. So you're going to look, basically, you've got you're going to do 2 long bits, 2 short bits, and a square, 2 short bits and 2 long bits, yeah. And then you've got a lock and 2 hinges. That is as simple as it goes, yeah. I've got my pink frog glue. You use whatever glue you've got, yeah. And as I said, I'm going to do the nice bit on the inside, because on the outside I'm going to paint it. So that means the nice bit goes in, yeah, facing me. So I'm actually showing you how to put this. So again, it's straightforward. You have a hole, you have a peg, you slot it in. I know to some people you think, oh, you know, and it is sometimes it's very easy to get confused, especially if you're of an older age. Mind you, I'm not that old, and I've been confused. You know, I've stood here thinking, why ain't this going together? And I've clearly got the wrong end involved. That's all I'm going to say. And, you know, I ain't 60 yet, but I'm getting there. Probably, you know, probably a bit, you know, I don't know. Crikey. I just make myself laugh. I'm thinking, Christ, you know, what's the world coming to? I can't even get that right. Dearie me. Okay, so I've tried to, as a crafter myself, I've tried to create these things with us in mind, not about a cost or trying to keep something cheap and cheerful. I've tried to do it where it's easy for us to make. So I'm just going around the edges with that little bit of overspill of glue. There we go. And I'm just pushing it because that's as quick as it takes with the pink frog glue. Now these application balls, I know there's a few on the market, but they are good and they do anti-clog. And if they do happen to clog, which is very, very rare, a bit of hot water under the tap will sort it out. I left mine out the other day and forgot to put the lid on. Oopsie diddly doo-dah. Under the hot tap, perfect. No, but as you can see, it's working perfectly fine. Okay, so there's one bit done. Now you want to make sure it's dry before you put anything in there, because the last thing I want you to do is end up having something stick and you think, oh God, I've just ruined it. You know, blame Lisa. This is what she said on that. What's it? Hi Dawn, how are you? So your collection of tags is doing ever so well, by the way. All I'm doing is, now you can be like really anal if you want and go around every little bit and put a little dot on if you want, yeah, dot 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 dot. It depends how. I mean, I can be quite like, oop, doop, doop. I can be really sort of, oh, it's got to be like this. And oh, dear me. Just don't laugh. That's all I'm going to say. It's just like I'm having a crazy moment in my creative spur. So you've probably got the back end of it. So apologies if it's not what you're thinking. But yeah, there's a bit of money. I'm probably going to send them out to you next week as well. Just so you know. Let's see, look at that. Let me turn them round because, oh, that way, yeah. I want the nice bit inside. Oh, crikey. Honestly, I'd say that's chatting. Dawn, I'm blaming you for that one. Let me put it. I told you if I had a brain cell, I'd be dangerous. Even I make mistakes. Yeah, I'm only human, you know. Goodness me. There we go. So the manky bit goes on the outside. I've been doing all the nicey bits on the inside. I think I've lost my routine. Oh dear, the wrong way around. Oh dear, I know. Thank goodness somebody's watching. Right, let me just rub that off. Get the blame. It's all right. It's okay. I'll take it on the chin. Oh dear me. You know I don't mean it. Have I done it again? Oh no, I haven't. Yeah, that's the right way. See, I'm questioning myself now. Right way, wrong way. Dear. Okay, so there we go. So we got all the nicey bits in. Luckily, I spotted it before I decided to push. For the tag thing, it is 2, 1 or many. Oh well, I'll just put what I like in. So I don't follow rules. You should know that by now. So yeah, I'm just basically. She's just going to get all some tags. I've been sorting things out, you say, due to the fact I've got loads of no storage. And yeah, so I found loads of bits and pieces. So I thought, oh, she can have that. She can have that. It's a tag. You can have that. See, I've been really good. Let me just get a wipe. Oh dear. I'm quite sure she's only got to send me one though. You know, so don't go. You know, at the end of the day, you know, that's just me. So don't worry. Right, I'm just getting that bit of glue off because I'm going to be making a card in a minute. Right, so voila, look at this. We've got. Let me just wipe this. It'll be. I'll be like, oh bless you. Oh, I've seen some wicked stuff for Christmas. You know, so you mentioned the C word. I know we've got Halloween before, but I've seen some brilliant stuff for Christmas. You're going to love it with some of the MDF stuff I'm going to be doing. But anyway, that's months away yet. So we have a box. Do you know something that? Or we could pretend we're horses. What do you reckon? No, okay, I'll shut up. Anyway, that was just a bit of fun. It's okay. But they do make good sound effects. Right, so one of two things now. You want to put your lock on first or you want to put your thingy-majiggies. Now, I have already glued these and put these on. So to put these together, let me just get my box of spares. Right, so, oh, fabulous. So you will stick in the little, you got roundy bits and squarey bits. Now, if you stick them on the wrong way, they won't work, clearly, because they're on the wrong way. So you've got to make sure that the flat edge, oh, Lucy, you are going to be so, honestly, I hope so. It would be nice if I am busy. Don't forget to give Lisa, oh yeah, thumbs up nonsense. Right, okay, we'll do that now. Please subscribe. Please like the channel. Please comment. Please, you know, do your thumbs up nonsense. It all helps the channel grow. There you go. Anyway, let's crack on with making. So you've got 2 holes and 3 holes. Now, originally this was 2 holes was 2 squares, and then the 3 was circles. Now, unfortunately for me, I feel that the squares, because it holds the pin, it gives you a better functioning thing, because if it was the other way around, it was really loose, and to me I felt like it wasn't giving you. So I changed this again, and I decided to do it that way, and I'm more than happy now. So bless you, thank you. So the flat edge, when I say the flat edge, the straight edge here, yeah, you can see that straight edge, people. is what goes together, and then the as you can see looking at it this way, everything will then fit in. So if have I got any spares? No, I haven't, but oh, I've got one. Okay, so basically you've got like they're all the same, yeah. Some have got round circles in and some have got squares in. Obviously the round is what allows it to move, yeah, and the square holds the peg in place. So it's actually this one that's moving because this one's got the circles on. Hopefully that makes sense, yeah. If you purchase one of these, you will get it. Or if you've got the book box or anything like that with hinges, you will understand what I'm saying. All right. So you will put them together. You'll put the rod through. But probably I'm going to end up doing, hi, Nanny Chris, and happy birthday. I will probably do them so nobody can turn around and go, oh, I've done that wrong. Or that's not what you said, whatever. Yeah. So the only thing I'm going to say now is if they are together, you've got to look where the line is and that line is and make sure it is bang on level, because if not, back now, Kat. Yeah, it's fine, Sarah. No worries, sweetie. There's no way, you know, you're not on the naughty. Well, you can go on. This is the naughty step, to be fair. You know, we live in hope, but it's okay. You haven't got to do yay, nay, here, not here, whatever. So I'm going to pop that on there. Now, obviously, this is wet glue. It's Pink Frog wet glue, so I'm going to push it down and let it do what it's got to do. Yeah. And you want to still look to make sure that line is bang on. Now, this is me we're talking about here. If something's going to go wrong, it's going to go wrong for me. So I'd rather we'll learn from my mistakes, because only when you purchase it and you go, oh, well, this didn't happen to Lisa when she done it. So if something's going to happen. So I've got my little brush. I always try and move any excess glue. And I'm just going to crack it. Oh, look at that. Blooming perfect. Hey, look at that. Oh, well, I am. Well, you've got to be real, ain't you? Look at that. Look, even I'm happy with that. Right, okay. So I'm going to put it down. My eyesight ain't gone that badly where I've got my lines out of sync. All right, so let's just put this here, put a bit of gobbly-goo on there, well, glue, basically. There we go. So, again, I've got the 2 up and 3 down. Now, you can go whichever you want. If you want to be proper out there and do a bit of like, I want the 3 at the top and 1 at the bottom, you know, go for it. I really, you know, as long as you're happy and it's doing what you need to do, you put it where you want to put it, honestly. There's no right or wrong for this, yeah? Apart from the fact it's got to go where the line is and you want to be able to open the box. Otherwise, you won't be able to open the box, and then it's like, it's one of them moments, isn't it? So, around you go with the brush. Now, because you're playing around with glue, put it straight in a pot of water. Pot of water. Oh, careful. Look at my look. Say, look at this. Ruth, I love it. It's my go-to coaster. I'm going to put that there. We've got my water there. So, look at this now. Here we go. You ready? Ah, yeah, you will. I ain't going to move it around too much because it's still wet glue. So, I know that it's not going to take long for that pink frog glue to go off. So, there we go. So, the next thing is, where's the lock going to go? Well, obviously, it's going to go in the middle. Now, I'm going to tell you a little thing with these what's it? So, let me see if I've got bits and gubbins and things and stuff and little doodahs. Now, the reason why I'm probably going to stick these all together for you, and if I don't, it's just because I can't be asked, if I'm honest with you. Right, you're going to get, this is your finished module, yeah? So you get, I can't show you it all because I ain't got it all here. However, because I've made it up. You're going to have a hole there, and then that little thing fits in that hole there, which is that, yeah? So that is that, and it fits in the hole. You glue it, all right? Bless you. Simple as that, will you say, yeah? Now this, now look at that. Now I ain't worrying now. Now on the grey board, if I got that too wet, which I did, and it broke, yeah? It's not going to happen with the MDF. This is why it might be a case of, can you do some MDF circles or square, please? Yeah, of course I can. What size would you like? So all you got to do is tell me and I'll do it. So just message me. Tell me what you want, what sizes, and I'll do them for you. So here, for instance, now, you have got diddly doo dah. You'll have that, and then you'll have a little tiny one that goes there. Now this has got a hole in it, and I'm really sorry, but I haven't got a spare one. But there's a hole in the middle, so that goes in that one, so it allows it to move. Coaster size, okay, fabulous. Now coasters do come in a variant of sizes, so if you want to send me some measurements, Ruth, I'll get them done for you, no problem. All right. But yeah, so you stick it on there and it moves, yeah. So look at that. I can wiggle it, pick my nose with it if I want. You know, it's one of them. Yeah, it could even go as a cow ring. I'm not going to put my face on and do that, but yeah, you know what I mean. So I think I've chatted enough there. I think that's that there. So let me just put that back into that. Let me put my spares in there. That is the little bit that goes through. Remember I said about how it goes through. Now, when you think about it, you've got it. I'll get back to my visitors now. Yeah, no problem. See you later, Chris. Have fun, my darling. Happy birthday and all that. So that is as tiny as it goes, yeah. Little thing like that. But when it's got the squares in, woo! There you go. That's the movable one because it's the circles. But the ones with the square peg, yeah, round hole and all that. So please, yeah. That's probably why I'm going to end up, if I've got time, I'm going to glue them together before I send them out to whoever, you know, if you order them. But we have a box. Is it going to, oh, crikey. We have a box. Oh, yeah, there we go. I had a bit of glue. Yes, we got glue. So I'm going to open that box now because I've got glue. So let me just... Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Yeah, okay, I'm happy with that. Let me just wipe this. So you can see now, if you overdo your glue and it squirts out onto here, your box is not going to open, but mine has, so we're all good. So now look at that. How gorgeous does that look? Yeah. Now, just to show you, remember me thing, 3.5 by 2.5. Voila! Ooh, it's in the safe now. Let's lock it up. So, obviously, now I say obviously, it's not always the case. So my bad, right? But the wingy bit goes at the top. And the holy bit, well, it could be rude if you're that way inclined, but that bit goes at the bottom with the hole in, yeah, and that's your lock. Then it's locked, yeah, when I glue it on. So I am going to take it. Well, I say take it apart. I'm going to unlock it to put it on. Now, the reason why I've done that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you say 3 is the middle. 1, 2, 3, and that one there is your middle. So I am now going to do this one-handedly. In fact, let me put it down because I know it's going to go Pete Tong if I don't. So I'm not putting too much glue on, but I'm putting enough glue on so I know it's going to squidge about and do what it needs to do. So as that's the top, that's the middle because I've just counted it Lisa's way. That's the middle there because it's got a knobbly thing on, yeah. So I'm going to say that's on the line. We're on the line now. We're on the line, people. So I'm happy to say that will be the middle, right? So I want to close my box up now, and I'm going to leave that there a second, and I'm going to quickly put a good squidge. Now I put a good squidge there as well, and I put a good squidge there because even though it's glued and I know it's tight, I just want to make sure everything's all tickety-boo with this when I put it together because these boxes are absolutely gorgeous. Let me just move that a sec, like that. And I'm just going to quickly whack that down. And I'm going to level it up nice and quickly. And then I'm going to lock it. Now, the reason why I'm doing it so quick is this glue grabs quick. Now, it ain't super glue. It's Pink Frog glue. And I tell you what, it's fabulous. Now, you use whatever glue you've got. I can't say about any other product. I can only say about what I'm using. But, yeah, it grabs really quick. Now, you can see it's working. Woo! So, I've got my card in there. Now, if you're going... Now, the reason why I've done this is because the ladies of the group at Crafty Corner, they all do their trading cards. And Amanda done a fabulous... group with them, a workshop with the trading cards, and ever since then they've continued to keep doing their swaps, which is fabulous. And I thought, you know something, we'll do a little box to keep all the stuff in because they've got a lot now. So And somebody said, okay, have you got something what you can do? So I thought 2 and 2 together. I'll come up with this lovely little box with the hinges. Now you can paint it and decorate it and do whatever you like. You can do textured paste. I'm going to just test it there. Let's have a look. Voila. Let me put my little card in. So now, I mean, that, there you go. Look at that. Look at that. It can stand up. It can do an handstand. Let me see. Let's have a look before we break it. Yeah. Can go on the corner. But the whole thing, now if you don't want to put a trading card in, you know what, inside it's 2.5 by 3.5 inches. If you want to do that as, I don't know, a little gift and put some chocolates in or a piece of jewellery and decorate it accordingly, how gorgeous is that for a keepsake? Now, if you are doing that, then I'm happy to turn around and say to you guys, I will do a nice plaque, or I can do an inscription, or I could do something to go on that which accommodates what the gift is for. You know, so just let me know. Minimal extra charge. But yeah, you know, I can go off pictures, I can do writing, I can do script, or whatever, basically. You know, so there you go. Or I can do a verse or something. If your kids have done something and you send me the picture, I can put that on if they've done writing and stuff like that, you know. So there's loads of things I can offer as a service, you know. But anyway, this is what we're going to be doing at the workshop. If one of the ladies are watching now, this is what you're going to be making for your trading cards. Obviously, I might even put a trading card in there yet, but we don't know yet. We'll see. So look at that. Already that glue has dried. It's nice and straight. There's no problems. There's no issues. And we can paint it, decorate it. We can put our fancy papers on. You can put rice papers on it. You could paint it and then stamp on it. Whatever. Yeah. So there you go. That's that one done. So you've had a demo on quite a lot of different things. So what are we on for time? Oh, we're all right for time. Let's get a bit of card out and have a bit of a, goodness me, this has been a long time since I've done this. Woohoo! Look at this. I've got stamping blocks and everything here. Okay, so I'm going to leave that to dry, and then at the end of it, I might even, if we get time, I might even paint it up. But I'm just going to have a quick play around. I've got a couple of stamps. You see, I might even stamp my box, paint it and stamp it. That might be a thought, actually. We have a few in ears. Have a few in it. Ears? I don't know. I'll get that. Oh, dear me. I love it when I'm looking at comments and I can never understand what somebody's saying. But you understand what you're saying, but I don't understand it. Right, so I have got very quickly 15 by 30 ideas. Ah, fabulous. Is that what it was? Yes, I thought they're very cute. Now, I can do different size boxes as well, because at the end of the day, you see, and this is the thing, if I'm doing sets where you can just buy the hinges, you could get cardboard and make your own boxes. Or if you want to do some grey board or MDF, I will do a box to suit size, etc. Just drop me a message. Yeah. Easy peasy lemon squeezy and all that to do. Yeah. Right. So anyway, let's have a quick play around. So 15 by 30, Pink Frog Super Smooth. I love this. Bang it in half and look at that. Boom. Done. Card. All we've got to do is make an envelope with it now. So let me just put that up there out the way. Now, let me just put a light on. Woohoo! See what I'm doing now. Crikey, turn the lights out. So I'm going to, as I've got elements here, I might actually use elements. And I got my brush box. So lovely little box. Thank you. I'm going to play around with my brushes as well. May as well, hadn't I? I am probably going to be doing this in MDF and the other ranges of stuff as well. I've just got to tweak all the files because obviously MDF is a lot thicker than the grey board. This is supposed to be 3mm. However, it's over. So, you know, you are really getting a good quality MDF. Very good, actually. I really am very taken by the quality. Very taken. Okay, me waffling. Let's pop some colour down. I haven't done this for a long time, so let's have a look what we got here. Oh, Bermuda Triangle. Oh no, I can't sing. It's okay. Now the only thing I'd say is I've got a little bit of movement in there, and that's probably because I've had them on the side. One of them. Our candle's still going well, folks. Positive vibes, positive vibes. Just thought I'd do that for the sake of it. Now, I normally use oxides, as most of you know. What colour am I using? Bermuda's like a bluey green. That'll do. Oh, I haven't done this for a long time. Hey, look at this. Love it. Okay, let's see how we're going to go. Oh, yay. Oh, fabulous. So I am going to do my normal, probably a bit of water. Get some splashes on here. But I'm going to just have a bit of a misting, really. Why not? Hey, why not? In fact, as I know it's pink frog, I know it takes the water well. Let me just add a little bit of water on and just move that around a little bit. Oh, say, oh, sorry, candle. I forgot there's a candle there. Look, you lot are not telling me. Lisa, there's a candle there. Let me just get a bit of tissue. Let's dab that bit off a minute and just wipe under there. Now then. Ooh, we've got a bit of a curvature. Fabulous. Love it. So, we've got that nice sort of effect now. Somewhere in the ethos. Found it. Let me get this thing called a heat gun. I'll need to move my candle because we need those positive vibes to go out. So let's keep them going. Up there we go. So we've got it out for a few people, which is nice. Now I know this is going to bend and what's it. Don't worry about it. I ain't. That's because I've halved it, and if I'd have left it in one, we wouldn't have had that. But it's okay. Right, I'm going to put a bit of mermaid on now. Oh, I better do it that way. There we go. Now, I know that, like I say, I've moved my ink. I've played around with it. I've stood it on its side. My choice. And it's quite fine. It still works. It's not leaked out. It's not caused me any issues. It's not caused me any problems. I'm happy. Happy bunny. So, there you go. So, I'm just going to bring that in. Sorry, you were a bit off camera then. I do apologise. Let me just whack them back in there. Oh, this storage is fabulous. Am I putting it in the right one? Yes, I am. Woo! Fab. So, let me just put a bit of splash on that. Brush. Oh, not them brushes. Oh, there we go. Here it is. So, I'm just going to get me... Now, I'm just going to have that on the bottom because obviously we squirted on the top. Now, if I wanted to get even a bit like that, there's no such thing as late here. Welcome. Luckily, I haven't had any problems with my Wi-Fi, so I'm here. But hey-ho, it's okay, my darling. There's no such thing as late here. The fact that you've turned up is absolutely brilliant. Thank you very much. Because there's lots of other people on at the minute, so it's nice that you can join me. So, as you can see, I've just done a little bit of a splat on that. Then we've got that. So, it's Bermuda and Mermaid. Very nice. Now, what should we have on now? So, I'll do a bit of Sundance, shall I? Oh, I'll tell you what. Wait. Let's see what we've got down here. Let me just... Hold on. I've got a 3 and a 6. That makes 9. Oh, green slate. Where's my line punch? Is that it? No. Watch it, sis. There's a candle. Oh no, the candle's up. It's up here. The candle's up there. Oh no. Blessings, my dear. Line punch found it. Oh dear. What are we like, eh? What are we like? Right, so I couldn't see where I was putting me. Putting it in a towel. That's what I'm doing. Right, let's grab that. In the ethos it goes, my sweetie. In the ethos. Okay, so line punch. I do love this colour, to be fair. I'll turn it over just in case there's any leakage. There we go. Let's have a little bit. We'll just run it through. I only want it through lightly just so it's a bit of a backing. There we go. Perfect. Now, what other colour can we whack in? What's that colour? I can't see it. Oh, there we go. It's turned round, that's why. Oh, go on then. We'll have to do Sundance now. I've got it out. Put that in there. There we go. Right. Oh, the sponges. So, this is the only problem that I'd say with sponges. But it's here, but I'm sure we can just whack a bit of glue on it. Okay, so we've got that blended in nicely. That looks quite all right, that does. Let's just whack a bit more over that. Okay. See, now the thing is, you've got all this storage and you can actually see what you've got. And it does make such a difference because, I mean, when's the last time I actually used my Lavinia stuff? It was a very long time ago, you know. Not anybody's fault or anything like that. It's just how it goes. Things go out the way and I get my oxides out and away I go. Right, let me just pop a little bit of water on here. Pop, 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 pop. Oh, gosh, that's proper bit of heavy-handedness. Now, this lifts very quickly. Very quickly. So look at that beautiful background now. Now, I've got a selection of stencils and stamps. Now, stamps I can use on my box. Candle's still going strong. Fabulous. So I'm going to put a couple of stamps on. So what we're going to do? Shall I do something witchy? No. I'll tell you what. I'm going to do a little bit of a scene. Now, if you're thinking, well, we're doing a scene list, but you've covered most of it up. Well, I'll show you a couple of little tricks while we're at it, eh? Why not? So I'm going to be using from my set the 05 scene builder, and I'm going to use this one. I quite like this one. That's why I designed it. I wanted something that was sort of quick and easy to sort of put down, and this is exactly the reason why, really. Quick and easy. Right, so Versa, look at this. I tell you what, oh, it's all there at the tip of my hand. Look at that. Hey, I'm going to use it in black, and the only reason why I'm doing it in black is just to show you the effect. If I was sitting putting more effort in, I'd probably do this in Shady Lane, because I can. But yeah, I mean, just remember, there's so many colours that you've got. Use them. Don't be shy. Right, so I'm going to put that about like so. Now, a lot of people go, but you've put ink on your pad. Yes, I have. And it's there. It's not anywhere near, unless I'm going to rock it and bash it down or something like that. It's going to stay there where I put it. Yeah. And until I wipe it off. Yeah. So again, you know, the way that you learn how your stuff works is by mistakes. And if you're unsure, have a spare piece of paper and do it down, just so you know. So the stamps are available on Nice Crafting. There is a bit of stock left, not a lot, if I'm honest with you. Restock will be going in. And just as a sneaky, I do think there's going to be a release coming. Well, not soon, but very few months. Might have a new set of stamps. Why not? So, how cute is that? So, let's make it cute. Right, I've got my bleach. Let me give it a whirl around. There you go. There we go. So, let me know now if there's anything particular you want in my next set. Animals, creatures, gobbledygooks, whatever. Oh, I tell you. Ooh, that was going to be an interesting one. Right, okay, bleach. Let me just take away some of these brushes. Let me move that. Right, so put that there. Perfect. Right, so I'm going to use my glue brush, and it's going to go into the bleach. Now, my bleach is a 1-on-1 dragons. Are you doing more? Yes, I am. Of course, I'm going to do some more. Highland cows. I think Highland cows have been done to the hilt. Everywhere's done a Highland cow. Oh dear, I'm called a Highland cow now and again, you know. Right, so let me shift things out of the way. Right, so you can all see. Hopefully you guys can see on Facebook. So I've got bleach, I've got water. Now all I'm going to do now is I'm going to go over where I want the water to sort of be, or the effect of, yeah. Now, depending on how much ink you've put down is to how much this bleach is going to take out. And this works well with elements. It works well with oxides. any sort of water-based watercolour paint, ink pad, etc, etc. Yeah, so you see how that bleach is doing its thing now. It's breaking it down, it's moving, it looks like a nice little icicle. It's taking it out lovely. I want a little bit of something here now, so let me just quickly go into, yeah, I'm going to use it one. So I'm going into 07 grasses by the waterside. I'm going to use this side, so I've got a left and a right. So obviously on this side, I mean, I could, oops, no, that's the wrong one. I could have used this one, but it's not what I'm looking for. So I'm thinking just as a quick thing, and this is what I love about these sets, this is a quick thing. So I just want to, for quickness, now because it's bleach down, and because I'm using VersaFine Clay, they are, love waterfalls. Waterfalls. Interesting. I love being given thoughts. I love being given ideas. I love ideas. Right, okay. Because then you can do it as I always inspired by you guys. Well, I always am inspired by you guys. Right, so. What's that look like that? So I'm going to put that. I can't see. There's a lot. What have I done there? Sugar. I'm going to have a guess. I'm going to have to play guesstimate, but it's okay. I'll do guesstimate there. My guesstimate, if it's off, then I'll just put some colour on. But let's have a look. I love the idea of a waterfall. Now look at that. How cool does that look? That's it, card now. Sentiment, bang, done. How easy is that? 2 stamps. No effort. I've done no effort with any of that. I've just popped it down, whacked a bit of colour on the back. See, I can still do it. I can still do a background. Look at that. I surprise myself sometimes. Creating bits and bobs, and then we can soon whack a card out. Love it. Right, okay. So, let's just put a little bit of something in this. Now, get your elements. Why not? Let's pop a little bit down. There we go. Get your brush out of the bleach. Let me just whack it in some water and clean it. Let me just put a bit of water here. Let me get a fresh brush because I don't trust that one. At least I'm honest, and I'll tell you that. I just want a decent little brush. That'll do. That'll do. Right, so I'm using one of my squirrel hair. Woo, see, I nearly put it in the bleach then. Like the waterfall. Yeah, definitely. Waterfall and grasses. Yeah. Right then, so here we go. So we've got truffle. I think it was truffle. I do believe it was truffle. Oh no, put henna down. Oh, go me. Oh, a bit of henna. So they've got more of a red in it. Purpley red. Yeah, I know. Maybe. We might play around with that in a sec. Let me just whack it on though first because I've started. So I've finished. Let's do what we need to do. Hold on a second. Let's pop it on here. Anyways, everybody had a good day. We've had a bit of sunshine. Woohoo! Now, I'm not too worried about it going on to where the bleach is because I can either bleach out if I want to. Or I can just play around with that bit of ink. So it's just water on here now, and I'm just moving it around with what's on there. And that includes the colour that's already down. So that means I'm going to be moving around any colour that's down, the blues, the yellow, etc, etc, yeah? So I'm just going to bring it in very lightly into that bleached area. Let me just sort that out a second so it's not that. Where's Mr. Here he is. Truffle's hiding. Let me just grab these. You see, there's me thinking. Truffle's my colour. Let me shift that. Fancy that going in there. That's what that says. Certain colours that I always use, and it wasn't that one. Let me just, because there's too much red. The redness is nice if I'm going to be putting purples and stuff like that through it, but I'm not. But as you can see, the truffle's got that brown under pink tone. So yeah, I'm just going to put the corner of that on there. Let me whack that in there. Come on, behave. Play the game. Right, a bit of water, not too much, yeah. There we go. So let's see what this does. Oh, that's better. It's brown. You see, when you get used to certain colours and what they do, That's why, please don't be shy to sort of experiment with your different colours and different techniques and stuff. There we go. That's it. Let me just put a little bit of water to that. And again, all I want to do is just lightly move it around. Just water now. And it's surprising the effects that this gives. So already we've got sort of that. Let me just dab this off. Let me get rid of that. There you go. So, there we are. One card, very quickly done. 2 stamps, bit of a background. I'll tell you what, I'm going to just put a little bit of bleach on there just to spottle that out. Ha ha, nobody knows the truffles I've... Well, I've got a good idea. I've got a good idea of what truffles you've seen. The only things that resemble truffles I've seen is my dog's clag balls. And that's something off the back end, if nobody knows what they're, man. There's a truffle for you. Crikey. For such a little dog, honestly. Can't believe what's there. Yes, what a week. You have had a week and a half, I tell you. Crikey. But you're through it now, sweetness. That's the main thing, yeah? You're through it. You made it. He's made it. Right, let's just put a bit of water on that now. There we go. So, I'm surprised nobody's mentioned clag balls, actually. I love it. I love it. Okay, now that's better. So that gives me a bit more of an effect, yeah? A bit more of a starry sky, evening, whichever. You can whack some mushrooms in there. If you want to put colour on these and flowers, bam! Oh, love it. Yeah, let me get puff. Oh, sugar. I brought a pair of Crocs. I've just nearly broke my damn neck on them. Crikey, I better come on my feet. Dear Lord. Right, I've got a couple of Poscas. A little bit of a trick. Because we've got that bit of colour undertow in there, and that was obviously from not truffle. Was it truffle? Oh, crikey, I forgot. No, it was the other one, wasn't it? Yeah, the one I didn't want. Honey. Right, let me just see if this is working. Yeah, it's working. Right, so I'm just going to dot it. Just to put the dark colour down first. Now, how I've done this is, this hasn't got to be grasses if you don't want it to. You can add that into flowers if you want. Now, I'm just going to pull these little dots here. So, excuse me a second, just while I do a couple of little dots here and there, just as it gives you that little bit of idea of colour and flowers at the water side. And then what I'm going to do is over that wet, I'm going to go in with a lighter colour, because as they dry, they'll merge together. And when you look at flowers are not one colour. Unless it's like, even a white daisy's got more than one colour to it. So yeah, there you go, before somebody clever comes on and says, well, this is definitely one colour. No, there's more than one colour in anything that you see in life. So there's them two. So what have I used there? I beg your pardon, I didn't tell you. I've used pink, and that's under 3M, and 3M fuchsia. They go so well together. Dark first, white, light on top, and then I'm going to dot a white on now. And I'm not going to use, I'm going to use my bleed proof, as you do, because I can. I love this stuff because it never comes out the pot. So if you knock it over or anything like that, it's not going anywhere. It stays put. So let me just get a thin brush. So I can put my gob to. Yeah. Right. So, oh, crikey. When I say put my gob to it, I mean literally I just need the end. So I'll put it back in my gob now, I promise. But I just want to... We all do it. Don't just go, oh, crikey, what's she doing? You all put a brush in your gob. I don't care who you are. My mum's probably going, oh, bloody hell, Lise. I can hear her. Honestly, I can hear her. She's going, oh, crikey, what is she like? I'm being truthful, though. I'm only human at the end of the day. You know, when you think about it, it's like, there's times where I've even ate mouldy bread. I don't care. You know, when my kids were little, I scrimped and scraped for many, many years, you know. So, you know, at the end of the day, I assure you, I think you lot have gathered that, to be fair. You know, I can tell you a few stories, blinking heck. But yeah, anyway, we'll digress off that one. Right, so we've got light pink, we've got dark pink, we've now got little white spluttles, yeah? Aren't they pretty? So as you can see now, look how that card's gone. There you go, you guys, yeah? Dead easy, I say. Let me clear off the white. Now, if you want to put a very light blue on, is it this one? Blue at all. Ooh, one of my faves, actually. Blue at all. Now, I'm going to put a bit of water to this. And that's just where that bleach area is. However, I want it to be very washed. So, as you can see, I'm literally cleaning whatever's on there, basically. Yeah. And then all I'm going to do is I'm just going to lightly, let me just skip it over, just so it looks like it's doing something. Yeah. So all I've done is skipped it. Lines, little lines, yeah. Get that? Okay. And then all I'm going to do now is just dab a little smidgen of white. Yeah, you see that? Diddly-doo-dah. Little splodge of white. And all I'm going to do here is just add it, just so it looks like a little bit of something going off on there. And that's all you really need to give it. Now, if you've got shimmers, whack a bit of shimmer on there. Sweet Poppy have got like a shimmer paste. I'm sure Cosmic Shimmer have as well, hence the name. You know, so play around with what you've got. Have a look what it looks like. Does it look like you know, shimmering? Does it look like a water shimmer? You can also put what are they called now? Where's my little pot of them? You know, the pearlescent things. You can smidge some of that over. But yeah, there's a card. Nice and easy. Yeah. All you got to do is stick something inside it. A nice little sentiment there and a nice bit of white card. Bob's your uncle. You know, happy birthday. You know, hope you're well. Blessings, all is well. Sausages and all that sort of to do. I mean, you can put whatever you like. I'm just saying it for the sake of it now. But yeah, pretty. Lovely background. Very mystical. Very mystical. Obviously with my magical stamps. Perfect. So, let me think. Where's my little box gone? Here it is. Now, let's have a look at it. I'm more than happy now to sort of give it a good tug, good pull. Everything's on. Yeah, nothing's coming off. Right, so let me do a quick paint job on it. Let's see. See if I can do something. Ta-da, you know, like a nice little gift for somebody, yeah? So I'm going to whack. I'm feeling magical. So I am going to use some of me stamps. This is 11 mystical signs. I'm going to probably put some penties and some edging and a bit of gunk on, a bit of textured paste. But it's just showing you in real time how these are. So let me just whack all my brushes in there. Put my bleach out the way. I can see that's ending up getting a bit of a danger thing with me here. Now I have also got, like I said, I've got some stencils as well. So I might use the stencils on here, but I don't know yet. I don't know. I might want to give it sort of a Lavinia-esque paper with the orbs and that sort of look. I mean, I could do that on here actually. Let me just grab 1 second, people. Oh, let me stretch over. There we go. Okay. That's crikey. That nearly ended up. That's what happens when you stack things right. Right, I've got some pan pastels. Let me just. So I'm just gonna do a little bit of an Orby Dorby. So you're gonna need white, a light blue, possibly a dark blue, just to go around here. I might even use some of the yellow, maybe even the gold. This set is amazing. So this set is a light gold, a rich gold and a bronze. It's in a 3, but oh my gosh, it's delightful to use. So if ever you're unsure on pastels, they are amazing to use. Now, I'm going to use Lavinia Stamps stencil. What's this one called? I don't know. I'm sure one of you lot will know, but anyway, it's off my head at the minute. Candle's still going strong, so we've got plenty of stuff vibing out there now. So I have got my brushes in my brush box. Go me. I tell you what, I'm liking all this hand nonsense. shocking. Shocking, it is shocking. Now, I've got loads of different oranges and stuff like that. So, without me bringing my whole shelf down, I'm just going to do some yellows and maybe some golds on this, just to give you that sort of effect that you can get when you start building up with pan pastels. Now, it's very light, but you don't need it to be in your face dark. The effect of the orbs, or bohe, whatever you want to call it, I can never say it. I ain't even going to try. I sound like I'm having some sort of a fit. Bohek, I don't know, bohu, bo-you-hoo, I don't know. Well, we'll just leave it there, shall we? I'm just sounding really silly. But, can you see how we're going? Yeah? If it's too much, just wipe it. And you see how it splodges out. So you get that really mystical effect. Now, the other way you can do it is you can use an eraser, like a watercolour eraser sponge. Mine are up over there and I can't be bothered to go and grab them, but it's okay. I'll give you the idea. You would just rub over it with your sponge, and away you go, really. Now, I'm just going over like that, but don't be shy to add other bits of colouring as you go. So we've got the darker blue, we've got the lighter, well, that sort of, well, I'll tell you what, it's a gorgeous blue that is. And then we've got that baby blue. And then you see the difference now. Now we're starting to sort of bring over. Now, if you feel that's too dark, let me just grab the white again. Again, this is where you be you and I be me. And you think to yourself, oh, I don't know about that. But look at that now. We're losing it into the background. So that's going. And then you can, if you really don't like it, you can just get the white and just take it just lightly over. You know, so I'm just going to pop a little, probably a bit of a lighter blue on that. Yeah. Oh, wrong one, Lise. That one. This is the only problem now. I keep going on to one. Naughty Lisa. There we go. And then I think we're going to have, where's my white brush? Let's try and take it back to white. So this gives you an idea of what you can do, and you can do this with paint. It hasn't got to be with pan pastels. You can do it with chalks. That's another fabulous. I've done it again. Another fabulous option. You know, if you've got all your pastel chalks and stuff like that. So that's really giving it another depth. Very magical. Yeah, nice and easy. Nice and easy. I'm just going to put a little bit of a gold. See the gold down here? I forgot a gold brush. Sure, I have some. Well, that will resemble some sort. Oh, that looks goldish. Yeah, that'll do. So this is like a bronze, so I'm going to just bring this down here. I just want to show you this because it is so worthwhile. It's got such a beautiful shimmer. I don't know whether you're going to be able to see that, but it's got a really gorgeous shimmer to it. And some of these are absolutely like, woo, hello. You know, so I'm just going to run this gold on. Let me just pop a bit of that over. And oh, I can see it already just glittering over. Beautiful. Yeah, and it just gives, again, it just gives that different depth. You know, when you just, instead of it being a yellow or a white, don't be shy to go for golds, bronzes, a bit of shimmer. A bit of shimmer don't hurt nobody, you know. It's a bit like glitter. We all have to do a bit of glitter now and again. So you see the difference now that that's brought onto the card, just those last little bits here and there. And again, you can just move it slightly, nothing heavy. Love it, absolutely love it. Yeah, okay, so that just gives you another technique. So let me just pop that down there. I'm just going to put it over here without causing carnage, because I'm really good at doing that. Goodness me, honestly, I think that's my middle name, I'm sure. See, I know my mum dropped me when I was little, and she left me as well outside the shop. I ain't shy to tell you all these things, you know. Yeah, I love her to bits, like. Well, I don't know whether, you know, it's one of them. Actually, no, she dropped my brother. She just left me at the shop. She went back for me, though, obviously, because I'm back. Right, then, so, where's my little box? Let's pop a little bit of paint on this. So, I love the card. See, I've still got it. Still got it. Have a little bit of something here. That's got a really nice little effect going on now. You see how easy it is to put the different colours together though when you've got a different colour background, yeah? Don't be shy to play around with the colours and add some pinks and stuff like that in. Play around, play. Right then, let me get a bit of paint. Let me get me my rubbishy brush. Right, so this is my rubbishy brush. Now I call it my rubbishy brush because this is what I do with it. So this is my rubbishy brush. Now, this is like something my mum owned, but if it was my mum's, she wouldn't even be able to do that with it because it'd be rock hard solid. That's why she's barred from any of my brushes. But this is something I've done to the brush. And I love this because it gives a great effect when I'm putting paint on. So you have certain brushes that you know you can do certain things with. And this brush is destroyed. However, it's destroyed to how I want it to be. Which hopefully that makes sense. So let me put something on that's going to dry nice and quick. And it is going to be... what is it going to be? Let me find some paint. Where's my pot? There we go. Okay, I'm going to be... Let me just give it a shake, rattle and roll. Right, okay. I'm going to use some white acrylic chalk paint. So, this is going to be a very... Oh, crumbs. Let's have a look. Ooh, dear me. Yes, it's all over the place. Okay, so... I'm not too fussed how this goes on because it adds to the effect. But depending on you guys for how you like to do things, feel free. You know, don't be shy. You could quite easily, this could be just a base coat sort of thing. Let me just whack a bit in there. Now what I do when these are empty is I fill them up with different paints and stuff. So this is actually, could be anything to be fair. I think it is a chalk, it does look like it's given a chalk effect. So I'm going to say it is chalk, a chalk based white acrylic. Now obviously I'm painting gadgets and things that are movable. So make sure you move them and you remember to move them, because the last thing I want you to do is to be doing all this and then suddenly, lo and behold, it dries and it's stuck. I've done that as well. This is why I'm telling you these things, because I'm telling you things I've done. I've put a load of effort into something, and if I've glued it shut, it's like, oh, crikey, I've just ruined it. But yeah, so please, you know, just, you know, there's no such thing as common sense because none of us have got any. But, you know, we do try. I think trying is my middle name. Apparently it was Jane. There you go. Okay, let me just, a little bit on here. So as you can see, I'm being quite sort of brash and, you know, I'm not being careful. So please, you know, I mean, if you want to paint and, like, you know, pretty and all that, feel free. I'm just not that type of artist. I'm just a crazy, messy person. As most of you now know, that's just how I am. Messy and creative. If I'm not a mess, then I've not had enough fun, basically. I think you get that now, yeah? Okay, cool. Right, so let me just diddly-doo-dah around here. I'm just going to move this so I know it still moves and it closes. Fabulous. So I suppose we can say there's your base coat, yeah? Messy. Let me just whack a bit on the bottom. Or do I bother? Well, yeah, I may as well know I started it. Started, so I finished. That'll do. There you go. Now, let's put that away, and I'm going to add... so if I'm gonna go a little bit of green. So yeah, just remember what's underneath your box, I suppose, is the best thing I could say there. Let me just put a squidge on. There you go. Okie dokie. Now if you're just sort of kissing over, just make sure you move things. Make sure that you sort of catch what you need to. Spread the paint. Because the last thing you need to do is think, oh, I've just missed that bit. Crumbs, I've got to put another big blob on now. And then you spoil the effect you're going for. There you go. How easy was that? Right then, let's have a look. I'm going to put that in the water and I'm going to get some spray. Now we have a choice. Goodness me, don't we just? Let me move stuff out the way. Let me move that out the way. See, I've stacked this all lovely, all neat and proper and prim, and woohoo, go me. Right, spritzes, let's have a look. My favourite, I've now changed things, so I'm hoping this works. If it don't, I'm complaining. The amount of times I've, oh yes, it's working. The amount of times I've had to change this, which is such a shame, really. Right, so I feel like I'm covered in spritz now, which is great. Let me let that do what it needs to do. Let me put that back in there. Let's move this. And then I need maybe that one. Oh, it's got to be a bit of salvage patina, hasn't it? And we'll have let's have a monkey brown. Well, no, it's not. No, I'm not going to do this. Walnut stain. Let's do that. Always give it a good shake. Shake, rattle and roll. Now I have put a spritz on. Let's see what it's going to do. There we go. So, spritz. Now I just love these. Now it's not just because they're so messy, but it's just what the colours that you get and how they move, and you know, you really just don't know what you're going to end up, and that's what I love. Let me just add a bit of water onto this. Now it's MDF, so I'm not too worried now about what I am doing with it. Even the bottom looks good. Yeah, there you go. Right, let me shift them. Let's put them out the way. God, I'm filthy. You can tell I've had a good time. Honestly, it's all good fun. Right then, so let me get a bit of tissue. Let's just... Now, normally I'd have mopped that up on a bit of card. But guess what? Not tonight. Not tonight. Right, let's just quickly dab off a minute. Let's have a bit of a dibby-dab-doo-dah. Oh, yay. So this has gone totally funky monkey. I like a bit of funky monkey. Told you wouldn't know what you're getting with me, didn't I? At least you got a card. I told you to get a card tonight, didn't I? Right, let's have a look at that. So, oh, let me just do that there. There we go. Right, so, oh, sorry, I haven't said night to somebody. My bad. Oopsie doopsie, diddly doo dah and all that. So we've got a lovely bit of shimmer running through this. Not too much, because obviously I've sort of tapped it off, but everything's still moving. Yes, okay. So this is a good test for me now, because I like to see, yes, everything's still moving. I like it. So this just proves now that I've drowned the MDF. Nothing's fell off as yet, which is good. It's a good start, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, nothing feels like it's going to break. Yeah, and that's all working nicely. Not as freely as what it was, because obviously it's going to be wet and there's paint in there. So let me just dry this off. Let me dry them hinges, so I can make sure that you're getting all the correct information. I wouldn't want you to say, well, I've just drowned my box of these and the things have fell off. No, everything's good. Yeah, I can feel that it's drying out nicely. It's moving a lot better. Yes. Happy. Right then, let's get some stencils. Let's get some stamps. Let's get some bumps to it. Right, so I am using my magical signs, and I'm going to do a bit of a penty, and let me just get my Versa. Let's get black. Oh, look at that, all to hand. I love it. Okay, now unlike me, I am actually going to stick with it being on a block. I do like to finger stamp. However, I'm going to keep it on a block. Perfect. So it's stamped lovely on here. I'm going to do something along here as well. Let me just... I like to show you because nobody can turn around and say, well, she didn't say this and she didn't say that. So I've drowned it with water. I've put plenty of spray products on. Box is still intact. It hasn't fell apart. Let me just take that. I want to bring it here to there maybe. Let me just do that there. So I want to bring it over to there. There we go. Yeah, look at that. So that wasn't too bad. That bit there, let me just open that and just... Let me just see if I can just get that back. Yeah, there. Perfect. There you go. Right, so don't ever be shy to play around. Now I've wrapped that, as you can clearly see, in separate stamps. Everything's still locking nicely. I've still got that little bit there. I'm just want to put a little bit of oomph on it, and then we'll call it a night. We've had a bit of time tonight together, you lot, hey? What are we like? Right, I do love this stamp. In fact, this is probably one of my faves actually. I'm gonna have to let me just... No, it's not gonna. I'm gonna have to do it that way. Damn. I did want to do a bit of finger stamping with this one, but it just doesn't seem to. This is definitely going to have a little bit of a oomph to it. I'm going to have to do it like that. Can't be dealing with that nonsense. Let me just wipe it off so I'm not getting myself totally covered. I do want to get covered, but just not totally covered. Let me just bring that down a little bit here. Bring it round here. There we go. Let me just take that around slightly. Beautiful. Yep. Right, let me just try now to take it down here a little bit. Why not? Yeah, that'll do. And let's not forget the undercarriage. There's always a bit of an undercarriage somewhere. There we go. Now, a little witchy box now we got. So I've got this is my trading card box now. And then we've got some to make obviously on the workshop. And the Wolverhampton workshop that we've got coming up, that will also be part of the workshop as well. So yeah, there'll be some fabulous things to do. Now I have got some let's put a little bit of oomph onto that. Let me just move those over here. Let's put some orbs on. I'm going to do them in white, just so they stand out a little bit more. So just so you can see, let's just put that here. Let's put the tissue over there. Let me grab my white. And then, yeah, I mean, you can see your design underneath. Just don't get too crazy to begin with, but just look at your pattern and go where you need to go. Lightly dab it on and move it around. And then already we've got that nice sort of coverage. Now it's really sunk in really well. So I am just going to do a little bit of light blue on there, just to give it a different... Perfect. So, orbs, witchy, fabulousness, yeah? You get where we're going. Yeah. Now, if you think it's just a little, just all you got to do is just move it around gently if it's too much. So use your brush to gently move it. Now, if you're one of these anal people, you want to get your fixing sprays and stuff on it, go for it. I'm not. I don't care. And I'll use hairspray. Cheap and cheerful. And if it yellows, it yellows. You know, woe is me. Or if it just rubs off because I've not used anything on it, there you go. Again, each to their own. You know, in crafting, there's no right or wrong to anything. So please do what you want to do. You know, I'm not telling you to do this. I'm not telling you to buy anything. Use what you've got. I've got hairspray. it'll go on it, trust me. So let me just run that across there a little bit. That's very nice. Let me just, I'm going to add a little bit here. So here we go again, you say. You think to yourself, oh, I'm just going to just do a couple of little bits here and there. And then before you know it, you go off on a tangent. And then you add a different colour in, and then you're layering. So now, can you see how my box is really starting to take a bit of depth to it now? Shocking. So, and if you don't like it, rub it off. Get a damp sponge. Off it comes. Dead easy. That's another thing I like about pan pastels. If you don't like it, wipe it off. Absolutely fabulous. Now I have got some beautiful greys. I've literally got the full set of pan pastels, and there's some amazing colours in. So don't be shy to add to your collection with that. Again, I'm not telling you to, but it just depends on what you want. Now, if you wanted to do anything inside, you do it before you put it together, because once it's in, it's hard, unless you're going to stick some trading cards in, sort of thing, yeah. So let me just on the bottom, let me very, very quickly, we'll put a bit of white on because it's quite a darker-esque colour. Move it around, Taj. Don't be shy. Move it where you like. At the end of the day, less powder on gives you a lighter effect. See, I've got moved 2 on there, and we've got 2 totally different effects. Let's move the circles around. I'm just going to have a little bit of that light blue. Light blue, white, wiggly woo-wah. Bit of dark blue maybe, just kiss over it here and there. Look at that now. How gorgeous is that? Can you look at that for a lovely effect? Now and again, if you don't like it, let me just, for instance, just get a brush and just blend it lightly in, and then that's gone into your background, yeah? So it's all about knowing what your products do. So I'm hoping this has given you a little bit of an insight into how to play around with pan pastels, how to play around with boxes, acrylics, paints, whatever you want really. Just whack it all on there and see what comes out, isn't it? So, box. It is new. Let me just add a little bit of this over it. I'm curious. This is where it can go too much now, but I'm just curious a second. Just want to add a little bit of, you just want a different colour running through, because it looks sort of, yeah, okay, not quite what I wanted, but it's okay, I'll live with it. Let me just put some circles on. Let me just get me. So this is my new go-to. So I love these circles. So this is Funky Fossil. Absolutely love this stencil. Just want to put that through. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, that's what we want. Right, let me just put a bit of a darker on here. Right, I'm just going to bring this out. Oh, wrong one, Lise. Need to keep. See, this is the thing when I'm just used to not changing brushes and things. It's like, oh, naughty Lisa. That's better. So sometimes you have to sort of look and add your darker colours to give that little bit of depth in a different way. There you go. I just want to add some around here where I've done that darker, little bit of darker paste just to take it up. So you can see now how just adding that little bit of darker paste has just brought out those areas now. So in here, about there, I'm just going to do a little bit of that light blue. There we go. Perfect. And then I'm just going to go over with some white, and then I'm done. Otherwise, before you know it, I'm going to have like a splat of God knows what. A nice bit of white now. There we go. Yeah, better. Yay ho. There we are. White, white, white. I like a bit of pop. There we go. sort it. Now that's where I'm at. Yes, I like it. I'm not going to do anything else to it because otherwise it's going to go flop and it's going to be no good. Right, so let me put that out the way. Let's put the lid on that. Okay, let me put that there. Now then, what did I want to do? Paint, pile it up. Right, yeah. Just going to put a little bit of paint on. I think. No, actually, I'm not going to. I'm quite happy with what it is, actually. Sod it. So there you go. Right, there you are. Tickety boo. Right. Card, that. And then there's obviously all of the craziness MDF stuff that I've made. It will be going in the shop tomorrow. That's on my online shops. That's Shopify Lisa Magical Maker. I think that's what I've backed it under. I don't know, I forgot. I know I can't put it on the link in YouTube. However, if somebody can kindly put it on Facebook, that would be great. So don't forget, please like, subscribe, share. I've done this today. What else have we done? We've made boxes. This is really fabulous. So this, like I say, this little ATC, you see, artist trading card. It's got your hinges, it's got your lock, you know, so these ain't falling open when they're in a box, and it's like perfect. So yeah, I'm going to take a photo of this. I really like this. And then we've done a lovely little card. You know, like I say, we could whack a nice sentiment on it there. Happy anniversary, happy birthday, wish you well, love you lots, etc, etc. And lo and behold, we've still got our candle going. So yeah, so the little candle vibes. Ooh, what's that? I don't know, but it was there. So we've got little candle vibes. I'm going to keep this candle going for all of you guys that this is on for, to make sure everyone's got positive vibes. And lots of love and support. So thank you for supporting me. Please feel free to have a look in the shop, purchase something. The MDF options aren't on there yet, but they will be. I've just got to sort out prices. I want to try and keep it reasonable, and I want to keep it in reflection with other places, because there are other places doing these things and their prices are different to my prices and blah de blah. But the prices I'm putting on is for the product I've brought and what I've made, so I know the product you're getting. So whether it's a couple of pound, I don't know, dearer than somewhere else or cheaper than somewhere else, I know what I'm happy with. And if it is too expensive and it's cheaper elsewhere, buy elsewhere. That's totally up to you. The orders are made to order, so if I get an order tonight, tomorrow, it's made tomorrow and shipped tomorrow. Simple as that. And if there's any problems or anything like that, you will be told. I will keep you in the loop. But stock's here, as in I've got stuff to make stuff. So if anything comes in, it's made immediately. You know, so I'm not here to mess about. I do sleep, you know, so honest. Oh dear me, I wonder myself sometimes. But thank you so much for joining me tonight. I am going to go. We've had oh goodness me, we've had our normal about hour and 45, hour and a half, hour and 45. So thank you so much. Like, subscribe on YouTube. You're really helping my channel. It's growing. I'm so grateful for you guys supporting me and commenting and liking and sharing. Same as you lot on the Facebook group. You know, I love the fact that you're involved. I love the fact that you're sharing my stuff and that. So thank you ever so much. And I'm a crafter just like you guys. So these are things that I need, that you need, that I'm trying to keep reasonable and affordable. So please, you know, this is what it's all about. Communicate with me. I've got broad shoulders. I won't get annoyed or ticked off or anything. I like feedback, and I like to, you know, if you want something, ask, I'll make it. All right, so I'm going to go. I think I need a beer, to be fair. But no, I'll have a nice glass of water. I love you all. Thank you so much for being on this journey with me. I'm leaving the candle on. I'm going to leave it there. So you know who I've lit the candle for. I love you all to bits. So I'm going to go. I'm going to demate you guys without trying to give you on a, oh crikey, take you on a what's it, right? So there's some of the MDF things that we've made, and there's the big 12. It is a good size. Card and box that we've made tonight. Candle still going strong. Bits and bobs there. And then up here, I ain't going to do that because you're going to be upside down. So I'm going to go. Ta-ra. Oh dear me. So them lot were all upside down. So I'm just